right, everybody, welcome to This Week at Shrouded, episode 19. I'd like to welcome our guest this evening, Mr. Wrecked, and our PlayStation Division leader, Sadistic Demon. Welcome to the show. Oh, don't be so angry, Wrecked. God, always such a grump. There we go. I can hear you doing whatever it is that...
It's because my microphone is literally right above my keyboard.
That's hilarious. That was funny, though. That sounded good. I liked it. Okay, so welcome to the show. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Really appreciate you watching. Today, we're going to be going over the update, 7.1.01. We'll talk about this week at Bungie. Those are both incredibly small. Not really a lot to talk about today, which means we might stay on track. However, we're about half an hour late to actually beginning. So, who knows?
Oh, sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Twitch guest star did not like Sadistic's camera, but that's okay. Okay. On top of that, I imagine we'll talk a little bit more about Deep. We didn't get too deep into it last week, and the dungeon had just launched, just as we were doing the podcast. So it's unlikely that we talked about it at all last week. I don't think we did. I don't know. I didn't re-listen to the podcast, and I don't remember everything. I know. What a shock. But what we like to do at the beginning of the podcast is talk about any other forays that we may have jumped into in the gaming world. So I actually don't know if you do. I'm kind of going to start with you. Do you ever play anything other than Destiny? And did you this week?
I have not this week.
Okay.
However, it's been difficult getting online at all. Oh. So I was able to jump on a little bit on Destiny this week. I helped out with a Last Wish raid last night, but outside of that, I haven't played anything at all. Just period.
Busy real life.
Remodeling an entire apartment. So yeah.
Holy moly. That's a lot of work. I took a week off early in May because I had to dig out the foundation, half of my foundation, and reseal it.
I saw that.
Oh,
that was a lot of work.
That was way too much work, but it cost way too much money when I had a professional company quote on it, and I was like, they quoted like $32,000 to dig up. It's about a 45-foot wall and a 27-foot wall. And then reseal it. Put down blue tarp, membrane, whatever you want to call it, and then fill it back in. I did it and completed it. Bought all the supplies, rented the backhoe, did all the work, paid 2 guys to help me, and I did it all for under $6,000.
Hell yeah!
So I was like, no way am I paying that much money. And I was a little bit concerned because I'm not like a big project guy. Never taught that stuff when I was younger. My dad wasn't a carpenter or a mechanic or anything.
Not a handyman kind of guy.
Yeah, so that was like my first big project that I'd ever taken on. But tell me a little bit more about, you said you're remodeling an apartment. Is it your apartment? Is it someone else's apartment? A child's apartment?
So I have an in-law suite in my home. It's basically the entire basement. So it's got its own laundry room, its own kitchen, living room, 2 bedrooms, bathroom. So it's completely separate. Long story short, my son-in-law just recently got out of the military. And so my daughter and he wanted to move back home. So I evicted my tenants who were not taking care of my apartment very well back in March. And so since April, I have been undertaking the renovation of everything that needed to be replaced and repaired. And needless to say, the list was extensive. So we have ripped out all the carpets. We have, out of the tiles that I put down a couple years ago in the kitchen and in front of the fireplace, 16 of them are broken that I have to pull out and replace. But so far, I decided to go with a hardwood, not hardwood, but a wood type vinyl because it's waterproof in the basement. So if the water like floods or anything like that, I don't want any mold or mildew or anything to deal with. So I got a really nice vinyl laminate to put down, and I've got it already installed in the living room and the hallway and part of the office. I have ripped out all the doors, and so I'm in the process of just putting everything back together. I had to rip out the wall and part of the living room because it had molded behind the wall, and seal it kind of like you were having to do with outside your house, and seal it so the moisture doesn't come in. Well, the moisture was coming in through the cinder block because it had been damaged. So I had to rip it all out and get down to it and seal it and put it all back together. And then the bathroom, the same thing. So I had to replace all of the backer board in there and then reseal all of that. I just did regrouted and recaulked the tub just this past weekend. So that's all done. It's just slowly coming together. It's been a lot of work though.
That sounds like a lot of work. I'm sitting here thinking that sometime this year I have to redo my bathroom, and I'm like, oh my God, it's so much work. And you're down there doing a whole fucking house. So
it's been a lot, but I mean, it's coming together. It's worth it. And it's nice having family back in the house.
Yeah, I guess it would be, considering that my neighbor had a very similar situation to yours, where they were renting their basement apartment, and well, it wasn't really taken care of, and by the time they got enough reasonable cause to evict them, it's really hard to evict people in our province, at least. It's different laws all over the place. They basically had to gut the whole thing and redo everything, just what you're doing. So that sucks. That sucks.
It does. It does. And in the end, it looks nice and it'll be worth it. So
yeah, it is. All right. Well, I don't have any interesting stories like that at all, but I'll get into mine in a minute. I'm interested in what Rect has been doing or playing in the last 7 days.
All right, so Destiny. I'm playing Diablo now, right? Yeah. So I had to, and it's Iron Banner this week. I had to get my gilding done. So I did get my gilding done on Wednesday for Iron Banner. So there was that. I've been playing an indie game. I've been playing a palate cleanser indie game called 20 Minutes Till Dawn. It's kind of similar to like a Vampire Survivors. Just roam around a map with a bunch of enemies coming at you kind of thing. Real simple, real just chill. Let's see. Did a bunch of fishing in Destiny. And then Diablo. I've been playing Diablo since last night, whenever the PlayStation license verification servers finally came back up.
Nice. That was a pretty funny story when I was hearing about it yesterday. That everybody could play except for PlayStation users. Because of a license verification issue. And you were telling me during the pre-show and before statistics was getting settled that there was a temporary fix that was lasting for like 15 or 20 minutes. But if you went onto the PlayStation Store and you could buy some of the premium currency for the game, that it would force an update for your license, and you could get back in for 15 or 20 minutes before they kicked you again.
So you can play for your pay time?
So, but you just know 100% that there was fucking people just doing that all night last night. That they were probably paying for this premium currency just to play the game for 20 minutes and then doing it again and doing it again and doing it again. I guarantee it.
It was inconsistent for everybody. There were some people that went and reportedly, I was following the Reddit thread about it. There were people that were saying that they paid the money for the currency and that went through, but then they couldn't get into the game anyway. And then some people were able to play for an hour before they got kicked out, but some people was only like 15, 20 minutes and then kicked out. Brutal. So I was just waiting and I got in.
Dropped on that.
Yeah. Not me, none. I got in finally. And then like 15 minutes later, I got a message immediately after getting into the game that my game required verification again, and it was going to kick me out in 15 minutes. And in 15 minutes, it kicked me out. That happened to me twice. But the third time, it wasn't a problem anymore.
Okay. I'm glad it didn't. It wasn't too bad. But yeah, I just know the way some gamers are with games that there was people just mad buying that currency to get their time into the game.
I don't know why you spend money on 200 currency. You go into their shop, like the very first thing they're trying to show you is some fancy necromancer transmog.
Yeah.
It's $28.
That didn't like I never looked at the prices or anything, but I was like clicking around in the store when I was in there, and I can't use any of it yet. So I'm like, what the fuck? This is stupid.
It's a
So what is the
$70
game about? I've
AAA
never played
game
Diablo.
with $28 transmog. What the hell?
Diablo is like an isometric dungeon crawler loot goblin game. So if you don't know what isometric means, it's pretty much top down. There's a bit of an angle and whatnot, but it's well, I guess I play I play it on a computer, so I'm like clicking where I want my character to walk. It's about hell. Everyone has either got the mother of all demons has returned, which is what Diablo 4 is about. Diablo 2 was about hell. I don't even remember. Diablo 3 was about hell. It's all about demons and hell and monsters. Basically, yeah, and it's a dungeon crawler in reality. So basically, you do your dungeon crawl, you get your tons of loot, and then you go through and find out what you want to keep and upgrade, and you got a talent tree. And all that stuff, and then there's an end game cycle where you get to a paragon level, and then you can keep increasing that, and you can increase the difficulty of the dungeons you're going in, and it's all multiplayer, and you can play together and go in and kill all the monsters and yada yada. And there's a cycle that continues, and Diablo 3 introduced a seasonal system that Diablo 4 is probably obviously going to carry on and probably improve upon. I can't speak too much on that because I didn't particularly like Diablo 3 because it was too action oriented. And I love Diablo 2, and it was a pretty slow paced game. So far, 4 is not bad. I'm enjoying it. I did start playing it yesterday. I've played for about 6 hours total now. Yeah, I think I'll do more into it. If you're listening to the podcast and you like Diablo, we have started a clan. Shrouded Nephilim? Is that what it's called?
Yep.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. Anyway, feel free to come and join and check it out. We'll probably be playing it until July, from what I've heard. And
when the season starts. Yeah.
And then the first official season starts. And Rec told me earlier that the way the seasonal system works is to get the most benefit out of every season, you have to start a new character. So I was just like, what?
Really?
Yeah. The whole point of the seasonal cycle is to make a new character and get on the leaderboards for the season. That's the goal. You can play through the seasonal content with your regular character, but you are missing some of the hype about seasons when you do that.
There's no way I can play a game long or enough to get anywhere near any sort of leaderboard against gamers.
I don't know how I'd feel about that. If you had to play Destiny every season, you had to delete a character and start it over.
Holy shit!
I mean,
listen,
for fuck's sake, I don't know if
every
I can
time
do that.
every time there's a seasonal update for Destiny, it seems like somebody's got some character deletion bug anyway, so they're kind of sort of having to do that anyway.
Right?
That's true. That's true. All right, so that's the Diablo talk. If you guys want to get in, feel free to hop into the Discord. If you're not in the Discord and you're watching this somehow, I don't know how that happened, but shroudedgaming.com/Discord. Check us out. We have Destiny clans and other stuff, obviously, including a new Diablo clan. I have also played Destiny this week. I did not get a chance to go into the dungeon yet, so I can't talk about it. Rect, have you done it?
Yeah, I've done the dungeon. I have the exotic. Everything's
Cool.
Gucci.
All right, you're gonna talk about it a little bit later.
Oh, you suck. You got the exotic.
Yeah.
It looks
if
cool.
You like, if you like to do any solo content, you must get that trace rifle. Mm-hmm.
Why, for woven mail? I can keep woven mail up all the time.
So what you're saying is I'm going to suffer through this season for probably the next, 50 runs before I finally get it.
Maybe. Do the challenges. And then
I still haven't gotten the sword from freaking Duality.
I just got the sword from Duality like 3 weeks ago. So
well, listen.
Yeah.
Here's the story of how I got my trace rifle. All right. I wasn't even planning on doing the dungeon the day I got the trace rifle, but a couple of people that are in Apex were doing it. There are 3 of them doing it, and one of them, his internet just died when they were on the last encounter. And so they waited around for 30 minutes, and finally I was like, you guys just want to finish that? I'll hop in and do it on a character I hadn't done the dungeon with yet. 15 minutes later, I had the exotic. So, it's perfect.
Was the guy whose internet went down really mad because he was like, "You took my exotic"?
As soon as I got back, as soon as I got back, I was like, "Hey, thanks for that exotic, homie. Appreciate it."
Who was it?
It was Saren.
Damn.
Oh, get wrecked, Saren. Ah, shit, that's funny. Oh man, that's brutal though. Okay, so yes, I was playing Destiny this week. I played a bunch of the seasonal content. I did a bunch more of the salvage and the deep dive stuff to get a better feel for it because I hadn't done it a lot last week. Deep dive is fun. I like that it keeps. Well, I think it'll be more fun once we get all of the layers, obviously, and then you can keep going in for each layer, and you get to pick your little things. I mean, it's not.
Did you play it with a squad, or did you play it with just match made?
I did both.
Blueberries.
And I think people are learning that they have to go to Toland. So
I hope so, because it's slightly more frustrating than playing Gambit with blueberries. The first couple of times I did it, I just started either trying to get SGC people or going to the Destiny 2 LFG server, finding people that wanted to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Update my computer now. Snooze. Yeah, so I did that, and then I went fishing because I hadn't got a chance to go fishing, and I don't know. That's boring as shit. I was so excited when they announced it, and I don't know why, but I mean, do you get anything?
People were going crazy over it. People are out there. They already have like 500 fish caught on like the first day.
There's so many better things to do, though.
Then sit there and bait and over 2,000 fish captured, I think.
Hold the button,
good Lord.
And then tap the button. Hold the button, and then tap. Yeah. Like, why is that? Okay, so
there's not even a fishing minigame in there, really.
On top of it, okay, so that's fine. It's there. It's cool, I guess. It's its own thing. People enjoy it. But what? I think people enjoy so many because there's so many triumphs. So people like to get their triumph score up. But what do you get out of it other than fish that you don't even the ones that you put in your tank you don't even see?
Just all right, so when you go and turn them in,
I can see them. You can't see them in your tank?
Well, I can, but like, I caught this one and it looks like this in the picture, and this one and this one and this one, and then you went and put 60 fish in there or whatever it was. Right. Like I didn't have 60 fish.
I don't think it like puts replicas of all the fish that you've caught. I think if you've caught that fish in there. I think it only puts like one fish of each type in there for all the locations.
So for the legendary ones.
What I want is I want to be able to fish so much that that tank is so full that none of my fish can move.
This is not Warframe.
Yeah, it's not gonna. You unfortunately are set up for disappointment.
It's so annoying. All right. Anyway, what were you gonna say about the actual loot you can get?
All right, so when you turn in exotic fish,
yes,
you will get exotic armor on the character that you're turning the fish in with, and you can also get ascendant shards. You'll get one piece of exotic armor per fish you turn in. When you turn in the legendaries, the game will just vomit gear all over you. You will get legendary armor, some of which can be high stat. You will get all of the not the seasonal weapons, but the other set of weapons, like the spare rations, the old reckoning weapons that were come back. You'll you can get all of those.
That's where
you get world drops. And then for the green and blue fish, you can get a metric ton of rep for the sonar station if you want to, because there are a couple of things where you need to increase your rank for the sonar station for the upgrades. Mm-hmm. Just make sure you put on 4 pieces of the seasonal armor before you do it, because that increases your rep gain by like 12% or something.
Okay, so I got to pay a little bit more attention, obviously, because I didn't know most of that. And
just make sure you don't have a full postmaster and everything in your inventory, because you will lose anything important in your postmaster.
Yeah, I do that a lot.
Yeah.
If you have like 12 like legendary fish when you go to turn in, it will just literally vomit gear all over you.
Well, you see, I didn't have 12 legendary fish because I fished for like an hour and I got like barely any purple and no exotic. So I was like, this is boring because I'm not getting anything good. Did I
Gotta
just
have
have
that
bad
I don't
focus
even know how I
fishing
got
up,
an
man.
exotic. I got the triumph for picking up one exotic fish.
So did
and I don't
I,
ever
but I did
remember
not
getting
get an exotic fish.
exactly.
Yeah, I got the
That's because you
triumph.
get the triumph as long as somebody at the fishing spot you were at caught an exotic.
Okay, so somebody else got
Okay,
all the
so
good
somebody
rewards.
exactly.
That sounds about right.
So if you're in a fire team, most of the time you want to be in a fire team of 3 if you're going to go fish, right? Because you have to get that focus fishing meter up to increase your chances of getting better fish, right?
Which takes
And,
forever.
and you get that meter up by catching legendary and exotic fish. So the more people that are there, the better. If you're by yourself, you want to keep reloading the zone until you get one where there's a bunch of people there,
Yeah.
and then go ahead and do your fishing. If our public event is coming, then just leave your fish there. Try not to pick them up. Go do the public event when the new fishing hole spawns. Then go pick your fish up, and that'll count towards focus fishing for the new fishing hole. And rinse and
Yep.
repeat.
There's too many strats here. I just want to go fishing, man.
Well, you can. Just make sure there's a lot of people there when you go. That's
Well,
it.
every time there's always been a ton of people there, so far.
And make sure you're going to the planet that's got the exotic fishing hole for the day. Because it rotates.
It does
Every
rotate.
week. It rotates every week. It's Nessus this week.
Well, that's why I didn't get any exotic fish.
Going to
It was
EDZ.
I
the
only
EDZ
did
last
I
week.
did like 3. No, I ended up in probably the Throne World.
No, is it Throne World this week? It's Throne World this week. It'll be Nessus next week.
Okay, so then I didn't get exotics, and because my RNG sucks, because I fished for like 45 minutes with a full bar. Nothing.
I just get legendaries.
And when I turned them in, I didn't remember getting any loot for anything. And I turned in every fish I got. I had like 60 of them. So there's no way it was all blues, and all I got was rep. I'll be angry. All right. Anyway, that was my fishing excursion, and then of course I played more Tears of the Kingdom earlier this week, and that game is just impeccable. I don't need to get into it anymore, but I should do like a whole series on my journeys in Hyrule, because fuck, that game is cool.
I want to know why Twitter is obsessed with making penis robots in Tears of the Kingdom.
Well,
That's all I see on Twitter.
Because gamers are incredibly
Juvenile.
juvenile, yeah, repressed, so, and I don't know, horny.
Listen,
So,
dude, one came across my Twitter feed the other day of some dude. It wasn't the one that shot fire. It
Yeah.
was one that had pumping action that was shooting white water out of the end. All right, over and over and over again. And I was like, the ingenuity and time this guy had to put together in order to make a penis robot to do this in Zelda. Like, how many hours did it take
Classic.
you to make this thing, homie?
you know what they should do? There's a system in the game. There's a system in the game that allows you to recreate something that you've built previously. And there's quests in the game that get you schematics for things, so you can just build them instantly instead of putting them all together like you do at the beginning of the game. They should allow people to. They should add something into the game where people can share their creations.
God,
It'd
that would
be
be the only
nothing
thing they
but
shared.
dicks.
That's
That's
fine.
right. There'd be penis diagrams everywhere.
I'd make a giant flying dick dragon shooting fire out of it,
Listen,
just flying
listen.
around Hyrule, just going everywhere. And whatever it sees, it would just blow fire sperm all over it.
I saw another video
Lord.
where a dude literally made a giant flying dick and balls
Yeah.
that would just spin donuts in the sky and bludgeon all the enemies in the area to death.
That sounds awesome.
Okay.
Yeah, the game's amazing. It's not just that; it's the exploration factor. But what they do with like all the things they create, like all the things they created, where like all those machineries can be built. It's all the fact that it's all separate pieces that you can like. They they give you these certain concepts of what you should be making. Like you can make a flying machine that you can control or glide or whatever. You can make like a fucking ATV off-road thing because they've got these big wheels and driving sticks and fans and carts and all this stuff. But the fact that like it's still it doesn't break the game when you start doing like flying dick monsters and shit like that. And the thing that you saw, that they're using a fire hydrant. There's like a little hydrant that you can use that it's designed to spray water onto lava, so you can create hardened rock and utilize those pieces to do other things with it. But,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they
Like make a
came up-
robot that's giving itself a pump.
They
Mhm.
came up with a much better way of a much better use for that.
The caption was the best part. He had set it up in some village in the game, and the caption was, "This is how I got kicked out of the village."
So,
The village idiot.
anyway, it's just a hoot. It's a hoot. Nintendo, oh my god, they're creative. I don't understand. It's so hard to understand how like Arcane can work on a game for 5 years and come out with something like Redfall, and then Nintendo can work on a game for 5 years and come up with something like Tears of the Kingdom. Like,
Well, did you see some of the media that recently came out about Redfall?
oh, I
Where-
heard that like everybody
Yeah.
was quitting and they hated it. They attribute everything to Microsoft. They're like, you're garbage. They were hoping Microsoft would cancel the game. Bunch of stuff.
Why is everybody revolting?
Well, Arcane was revolting because they didn't want to make a multiplayer game because that wasn't their thing. And then they got halfway through the development. People were quitting because they weren't enjoying what they were doing anymore because they loved what they did previous, the single-player focused shooter games that they'd been doing. And you can look at that and be like, well, that's a bit childish. You know, you don't always get to do what you like. And then a lot of people are coming out and they were saying, it's like, no, this game was not coming together. We saw what was happening from a million miles away, and Microsoft refused to, they refused to acknowledge that this game wasn't going to be a good multiplayer game. So I guess Arcane had petitioned over and over and over again. It's like, let us rotate this into a single-player game and we can fix it. But Microsoft was so focused on having a game of service to continuously bring in money that they basically forced them to keep going. And well, we got Redfall.
Basically killed it.
And what a garbage game they came up with. Now,
Gotcha.
they had so many people that were unhappy, and probably the whole development team and all that stuff. So I'm guessing that like the last 2 years of development, they probably didn't try that hard to make it better. They're probably just like, let's get this out. But because they kept getting like shoved aside by Microsoft or whoever it is. We keep saying Microsoft because Microsoft owns them now, but it could have been Todd Howard over at Bethesda. Who knows? Because technically Bethesda owned Arcane, and you know, shit rolls downhill. But
Right.
anyway, so yeah, nobody wanted to make it. They knew it was gonna suck, and they were told to keep making it anyway. A bunch of people quit. So basically, we're going to get a new Arcane game from another developer because everybody's going to get back together at another studio and they're going to make a good Arcane game, and then they're going to laugh at Microsoft. That's what's going to happen.
Then Microsoft will buy it out and it'll be Microsoft anyway.
Hopefully Sony will buy it out, and then Sony will be like, you guys go ahead and make another single player game.
Right.
But that would be funny. They laugh at Microsoft, and then Microsoft just buys them.
They
They
do
buy them
everything
a week before release and say, make this a multiplayer game,
else.
and then delay it for 2 years. Oh shit, that'd be a kick in the face. All right, well, we've been recording for 30 minutes. I think it's time to go over the meat and potatoes of what we do here. So, sorry.
Sorry.
It's okay. It was a bit distracting in my brain. So here, essentially, typically what we do is we go over any new blog posts that went out within the week and kind of discuss any changes or anything that may be happening or going on within the game. Everything was pretty timid this week. We got a pretty small TWAS. We got a real small update. and then a couple bug fixes. So a couple things. First off, that I noticed that weren't, well, maybe they're on here somewhere, but I'm not entirely sure. They unlocked the 2-second like timer window for it's what they put in place to stop the fourth horseman glitch, and then basically it wasn't fixed, so everybody went back out and started using that fourth horseman glitch that it would shoot like 100 bullets, not that many,
A bazillion.
too many, instantly. Doing crazy amounts of damage. That's when you switch from a slug shotgun to the fourth horseman using loadouts, or it doesn't even need to be a loadout. It could be anything.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So they said they fixed it, but then people did the exact same thing, and the glitch worked again. So like, how do you not know that you didn't fix a problem?
Be Bungie.
Be Bungie. Like, how do you think you fixed the problem? Like, did anybody go and try it? I'll be like, hey guys, this still
They
works.
don't lab test anything.
The low man folks immediately went and tested it, right?
And it immediately worked.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So it's like, did you guys just come up with a solution in the coding, put it in, and then not try it? Like, did they not go into their own game and be like, oh, hold on, this'll literally take 10 seconds before you guys put this patch out. Switch guns. Oh, guys, no, it's still broken. Turn it back off. Turn it back off.
That would be logical. We can't do that.
I don't get that from Bungie, though. That's soup. That's a soup that would literally take somebody 10 minutes to go test. Did it work? Oh, no, it didn't.
Listen, this is Bungie we're talking about, all right?
Mm-hmm.
And right now, let's see, this glitch is back, all right? Yeah. There's a glitch for Last Wish red borders. Hawthorne gives you, if you go and buy a red border from Hawthorne after doing the quest, you get one extra pattern progress on top of the one that you buy, right, for the same weapon. So you're getting duplicate progress.
Okay.
There's a glitch in the boss for the deep dungeon where as long as you don't activate the encounter, you can just keep shooting her with Witherhoard until she dies and then complete the encounter. So you don't even have to do it. People have been grinding it for a week about now.
That. I heard about that, but I heard it takes like forever to kill her with Witherhoard.
It takes 20 minutes.
Okay, so isn't it just easier to do the...
If you're with a squad that's on point, you can complete it in under 20 minutes. But I would say that your average Destiny player probably takes at least 20 minutes to do the encounter anyway.
Okay, I haven't been in the dungeon, but that's absurd. A 20-minute encounter?
Well, to be fair, I think this dungeon is a bit more heavy.
It's a better raid than Ron, man.
It is, actually. It's better than some of the raids that we have right now. I will be honest. I had a lot of fun with it when I went in, especially the diving portion of it, because I died a lot. Holy fuck, did I die a lot there. Learning the path and just trying to figure where the hell to go half the time. But it was fun to find out. It was fun to explore and die and then try it again. The mechanics of it for the boss are not the same mechanics where you have in other areas. So it was something new, and I liked that it wasn't a repeat. It wasn't a reskin of some other mission somewhere else. So that was nice, but it is a lot, I would say, in comparison to the other dungeons that we have right now. I would say it's probably a lot heavier. Having to go in and do 3 different tasks, rinse and repeat it, do it 3 different times, and then continue on for each of the encounters. Again, it's more than some of the raids that we have.
It's fun though. It's good.
So
it was a lot of fun.
Tell me this: if it takes 20 minutes for a fire team to beat it, is that because of damage? Like, it just has so much damage, or
all right, so
you have to do so many phases? No, because I was thinking solo wise. Like, is it going to take?
No,
it
absolutely is. Most folks that go in there to solo on the final boss are taking between 8 to 12 phases to finish her. But the first boss you actually fight has something like 20 million health. He has more health than any boss in the game, including raid bosses.
Right?
He's a bigger damage check than every other boss in the game.
He's a tanky boy.
And the final boss herself, she is also tanky. People are estimating she has somewhere around 12 million health. But
Between
the
12 and
mechanics,
14, I think.
the mechanics are pretty involved to get to a damage phase, especially if you're a solo. So.
I'm gonna need to solo it though, and that annoys me.
Well, let me finish going through my glitch list, and then I have the key for you. All right. So there's a glitch with Stronghold right now, the Titan Sword exotic. All right. If you have Stronghold on and you kill any enemy with a sword, you instantly get restoration ×2 for 12 seconds. That's not how that's not how it's supposed to work. All right. Use it while you can. It's supposed to give you restoration after you block some hits and then kill something. But no. All you gotta do is whack something. And if you use a caretaker, it causes incandescent. Those incandescent kills count as sword kills. So it's all giving you restoration ×2 for basically ever. All right. Okay. There is an Iron Banner glitch that just dropped right now. If you have Kepri's Horn and you drop a barricade that shoots the 3, and you're on Strand and you drop a barricade that shoots the 3 strands over top of a capture point, you will get 78 points for a single plate capture. The game only goes to 150.
Wait, you just do that twice and you win?
That's just one Titan. So what happens if you have like 2?
I haven't seen it done with more than one Titan. I've only seen the video evidence of one Titan doing it. But you fire the tracers over the plate, and if everybody's there, 78 points for a single plate capture.
So only if the whole fire team is there.
In the video I have, it's the whole fire team is at that first plate. They're on Meltdown. They're capturing C point. Everybody's there.
So I wonder if you have fewer fire team members if the points go down.
I have no idea. But
78 points. Could you imagine not knowing about that glitch and you're on the other team and you're just like walking out to your first thing, and all of a sudden you're losing 78 to nothing.
And the match is done. It's just done.
Anyway,
so bad.
The point is, there's a lot of broken shit in the game right now, so it doesn't surprise me that they tried to fix something and just broke it again.
Well, they just didn't do anything.
Yeah.
But hopefully they don't turn that 2-second dog shit back on.
Well, I mean, it just hit Twitter this afternoon, so probably Kepri's Horn is going to get disabled, I imagine.
Well, that's gotta get disabled. Like, they gotta do that like right now. Like, they have to. You can't just you can't let that go. Like, I mean, as much as I want to go,
I mean, they have in other areas.
As much as I want to go and just win 20 matches of Iron Banner instantly and then get my guild, that I'm not. They need to get rid of that immediately.
I mean, listen, I may have just pinged the entirety of Apex to say, hey, you suck if you do this, but this is a thing you can do. Bye.
Way to go.
Yeah. I mean,
and thanks for not sharing, by the way.
I mean, I would totally do it. But still, they need to get rid of it as fast as possible. All right, that's a lot of bugs. It's probably not even a quarter of them.
Oh, and mods are not working again in Crucible. They're shutting themselves off.
Yeah, whatever.
Once again.
Crucible's for losers.
How come you're not playing? I mean, what?
They also disabled advanced decryption on the exotic focusing because it's broken.
Indeed.
But not benefiting the players. That one's the opposite.
I like how they said about the Last Witch glitch that, they're not fixing it for now. They're just going to let it ride, right?
You mean the red border glitch?
Why is this one okay to leave around, but none of the shard glitches were okay to let stand for more than 2 hours? Anyway.
That's funny. I mean, it's not bad. Everybody wants to get that rocket launcher anyway, so that's helpful.
Yep, indeed.
It's a good one to go because you can't farm it forever, right? Like after you get all 5 weapons or 6 weapons, I can't remember. 5, 6.
Yeah, yeah.
That's it. You're done. So it's not like an infinite shard glitch where like if they left it on, everybody would have 82 billion shards. Because if that was still on, I would set up a second computer and just like never turn it off.
Just let it roll.
I'm not even like I'd leave it on for like 2 weeks straight. I'd let it go. Get as many shards as I possibly can before they turn it off, and that way I never have to worry about them again. Now I don't worry about them now. And when I did it, whenever it was like the big prevalent one outside of Rahul, I got up to like 80,000. And I've never dropped below like 67,000. And I buy stupid shit. Like I'm like, oh, I need 5 those yellow things. What are they called? The long ones that are 400 legendary shards.
The prisms?
Yeah, prisms. That's it. I was like, oh, I need like 3 or 4 of them, and just buy them for 2,000 shards, and off the, because they're 400 each. And I just do that willy-nilly now if I need them, which is rare. But I mean, and then sometimes when I'm in Rahul's menu, I'll just be like, oh yeah, give me 5 of the cores, you know. It's just because I have so many. Maybe that's why Bungie doesn't like people doing it. But and I've never dropped below like 65,000. Like, and that was like 18 months ago. So.
No, I don't have a problem with shards either, but that didn't stop me from farming up 10k while the glitch was still here.
Anyway, my point is,
so many people were jumping on that.
I totally would, and I do it again, and I do it again, and I do it again.
Me too.
I've got a lot of other games I can play. I can put my Destiny on AFK and farm at 600,000 shards. No problem. I've got no problem with that at all. So they got to stop doing that shit. Anyway, my point of saying this was it's not an infinite farm glitch. Like you can get a few guns and then that's it. You're done, basically. So
yeah.
So not a huge thing. All right. Well, let's get into these little thingies really quick. Well, not really quick, but quick enough. Because I'm sure Rect wants to go play some Diablo. And Sadistus got some Florida tear up or some shit.
Me too.
All right. Crucible, they fixed somebody's sound. Or they fixed could hear a lot. Okay, they fixed some sound. Okay, that's a good one to fix. There was an issue where players could hear all the crest pickup sounds in the game mode Supremacy. See, I didn't think that was an issue. I just heard it. And I was just
It didn't bother me.
It didn't bother me. I knew when my team, because it was a different sound, but I knew when my team was picking up them, and I knew when the enemy team was picking up ours. So,
I mean, I found it useful. If you saw somebody go down far away, you would know if somebody was there to pick it up and whether or not it was worth running over there, or if you needed to be careful when you ran over there. It was good.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a glitch at all. Salvage fixed an issue causing players to lose connection to the activity during the boss encounter. I mean, that would suck. So yeah, I'm glad they fixed it. I didn't encounter that, but sometimes activities in Destiny, like people do them unwillingly, but they have to. And imagine getting all the way to the end just to be kicked out.
I know people who were doing solo dungeons and got to the boss and they got kicked.
Ooh, You know what? I did solo prophecy one time, and solo flawless prophecy. I'll preface this story by saying I eventually got it, but one of my runs, I didn't have my fire team closed. And I was on the last boss, and my clan knew that that's what I was doing. And somebody joined my fire team and left just to fuck with me.
I've done that, though. I had somebody who was doing a master lost sector, and I knew what he was doing, and I joined him. He cussed me out one side and down the other. It was great.
That's funny.
Yep.
That's funny. Oh, I was so... the thing is, though, like, I beat it on that run. And I didn't notice it when it happened.
You couldn't figure out why you didn't get the solo?
So I got to the end and I couldn't figure out why I didn't get the solo or the flawless or anything. and I was complaining in clan chat when somebody said they were just like, "Oh, I joined your fire team."
And you're banned.
Bad.
I don't even remember who it is. You'd think I'd remember who I hated the most in the world, but I don't. They're probably gone now, whoever it was. I can't remember. I didn't kick them, by the way.
Sure. Good cover story.
And you got Gato to do it.
I was mad, though. I was mad. Anyway, I ended up getting it eventually, and I made sure. Now, I pretty much... I have my fire team closed so often now that I have so many people, like there's so many times that I'm looking to group up that it's just your fire team's closed, your fire team's closed. And it's because it's my default mode now.
Right.
Just to shut my fire team down. All right, Guardian ranks. Okay, so the champ title wasn't counting towards like the seal amount progression. Okay, they fixed that. Fixed an issue where rank 7 objective centrifuge was not progressing when using the weapon in PvP. Okay, you had to get 50 kills with that gun for rank 7.
I don't think I had that problem.
Me neither.
Well, I never tried to kill anybody in PvP.
Yeah, me neither. I just went to a PvP or a PvE zone and knocked it out.
Killed 50 enemies in like half a second. Yeah.
No big deal.
I think I was doing a salvage when I saw, and I was just like, okay, I'll throw this on. All right, it's kind of fun to use too. So like, it wasn't that bad. Like, I like the like gameplay loop with the gun, where it's like you shoot all but like one bullet, and then you just fucking start running, and then you shoot them all again. You just, yeah, I don't know why, it works for me. Just to keep the buff up, and it reloads it for you. For anyone listening that doesn't understand why you would do what I just said. The whole exotic part of the gun is it reloads as you run, and it has a buff that goes all the way to the top, and when it gets to the top, you start doing like electric jolts and shit everywhere. It'll stay up there. It'll reset if you reload, but it'll stay up if you reload by running around. So the idea is to, kill a few people, start running around, kill some more people, start running around, kill some more people, without letting the gun reload on its own. But you can't stop your momentum if you're not shooting either. So it's either you're shooting or running. You can't stand still, you can't reload. It's an interesting concept. The gun's never going to be good for, like, it's an auto rifle. It's never going to be good for endgame. But it's fun. It's fun to run around with. Okay, so exotic armor focused on Rahul now has similar stats to dropped exotic armor. Okay, so they put this out. They put this out yesterday, but then today the tweet is they.
Still broken.
They disabled the advanced one. So I'm assuming the regular decryption might be accurate. I'm not entirely sure. Exotic, yeah, okay, all right. And then fix an issue with the exotic warlock helm, cenotaph mask that didn't have the correct description.
They should fix an issue where you can't see the entire cenotaph mask in the screen when you go to inspect it because it's so huge.
Oh, really? That's that weird looking stupid new one,
It's
right?
that weird, like, that's really long. Looks like you could land an airplane on top of it.
Yeah.
Helmet, yeah.
Yeah, that looks so stupid. Anyway, it didn't have the correct description. Now it does.
Mm-hmm.
They should make it smaller inside the inspection screen too. That's what Rick is saying. Okay, so the weapons, the 2-second window where a weapon cannot be fired after swapping it from the inventory screen was reduced to 1 second. Okay. So they didn't get rid of it completely. They swapped it down to 1 second because they thought 1 second was enough of time so that bug wouldn't activate. And clearly they were wrong. Okay.
Now you get the annoyance of not being able to use your weapon for a full second after you rotate, but the bug is now back.
It's better than 2 seconds. So. But that's so funny. All right, reduce the size and intensity of the muzzle flash on the Strand auto rifle. Reduce the size and intensity. Was it insane or something?
I haven't noticed it being that bad, but
Okay. I haven't used that gun a lot. That was a seasonal weapon, right? Last season.
yeah, I used
Yeah.
it a ton last season.
I didn't. I was using. If I was using an auto rifle, it was the exotic. Ba-ding. What's it called? The pre-order bonus for Lightfall?
Quicksilver.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah.
Not perpetualis. Though
Quicksilver Storm.
I do have that able to be crafted. So is it any good? Is it fun? I don't know.
I mean, it's a auto rifle that's got threadling, so it can fit right into some of your builds.
Submachine gun's better with Fredling though. So
Now, if you want to shoot things that are further away, and it's not a rapid fire, it's not a 720, so
oh, it's not.
it's like I think it's a 600, so it's a bit easier to control longer distance.
All right, good enough. Fix an issue where Dark Decider did not have firing audio.
I experienced this bug because I use Dark Decider quite a bit on my arc builds.
Yeah.
It's funny because you pull it out and it looks like it has a giant silencer on the end, and boy does it, because it makes zero noise. You can hear your bullets impacting, but the gun makes no noise for you or anybody around you.
That's crazy. That's pretty funny. I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that. That would trigger me so bad I wouldn't be able to use the weapon.
It was weird firing a gun and seeing the gun shoot on my screen, but not have any feedback from the noise. It was odd, for sure.
Okay, so the Trials Glaive Unexpected Resurgence. They moved Impulse to Amplifier from the right trait column to the left. It's a pretty big change to move a column from one side to the other.
I think this next one is
added
different. Is better. It's bigger though.
Added Swashbuckler and Volt Shot to the right trait column.
Yeah. So now it's the only glaive with Volt Shot.
You know, Volt Shot is overrated.
Why do you say that?
I don't know.
Because Incandescent is better, first of all. And I hate the fact it's like Kill Clip. It's worse than Kill Clip. You got to kill somebody, then reload, and then your next kill will proc it. Right?
But that depends on whether or not you're like one of those compulsive reloaders.
I mean, that's the reason, like, my Ikelos has Feeding Frenzy as its other perk, right?
Well, I guess
the reload's
that
fast.
makes sense. But isn't it better just to get an explosion on every kill?
Volt Shot has the potential to kill more adds all at once.
It does do more damage.
As opposed to Incandescent, but Incandescent gives you the boom now. The other important distinction is that when you kill something with Incandescent, it counts as a weapon kill for any interactions that interact with you getting weapon kills, whereas Volt Shot kills do not.
So it's still
for activating other perks. Yeah. I think they're all completely overtuned. I think Incandescent and Volt Shot and Destabilizing Rounds all need to catch a giant nerf personally, but I think Incandescent and Volt Shot are roughly equivalent. Maybe Incandescent has a bit of an edge. The only negative to it this season being Solar's not got a bunch of artifact perks.
Yeah, I don't know. I just when Ikelos and Volt Shot, like when it was a big deal, when it was craftable with Volt Shot, I worked my way towards it and I got it, and I was like, this just doesn't feel as good to me, and that's just my opinion. Lots of people keep using it. You just talked about how this glaive is the only one with Volt Shot. I thought in my brain, okay, who cares? You thought so other people are like, that's really cool, and maybe it works better with something that does more damage in one shot, like because you're more used to like I don't know, fuck.
The damage on the jolt should scale with the damage of the weapon that applied them.
Okay, so it might be interesting. And I just got my Hunter exotic for this season. It does something with glaives.
The arms, yeah.
Yeah, I forget what the perk is.
I don't know. I haven't gotten any new exotics yet.
Listen, I spent 4 hours grinding Lost Sector to get finally, and I was about to give up. And I finally got the exotic after about 40 runs. And I'm not happy about that. That percentage. That was horrible.
I mean, Lost Sector drop rates are still booty. So
But
they say
that
they're monitoring it. Well, they need to adjust them.
they definitely need to adjust them. And I understood their concept of saying that they're going to lower the drop rate because we're already going to be high enough power level because there's no grind this season. And I was like, fine, that totally makes sense. People can get in there right away, whereas they couldn't get in there right away. But I was in there
4 hours later, I no longer agree.
Yes, I no longer fucking agree. This is terrible.
Agreed.
You can ask Souls. I was literally complaining for 2 hours straight in the clan chat, just like completely pissed off and fucking angry. And I was about to give up, and it was almost reset. It was probably half an hour before reset. And I'm pretty sure, I don't know if this was true, like if I would have given up, but I said this is my last one, and I got it. I probably would have kept grinding until reset, but I was just, ugh. And it was, what is the one? I don't know what it's called. No. It's the one that's closest to the Dreaming City Strike. And when you get in there, it's got a fucking overload up on the cliff behind the boss.
Mm-hmm.
God, that
Yeah,
asshole.
that's Chamber of Starlight.
That's what it's called.
Chamber.
That guy is such an asshole. I hate overload anything when you're playing solo.
Especially overload snipers that are 100 yards away.
So frustrating, so annoying. I wanted to start doing it on Master, but 3 of them spawn up there on Master, and I'm like, nah. I did it once on Master, and I'm like, this is not worth it.
Just throw on Lemon and go to town, man.
Throw on what?
Throw on Lemon and go to town. Lemon Arc.
Yeah.
Intrinsic, anti-overload.
Well, shit, maybe I should have. I didn't. I tried sometimes with a scout for the range, and I was like, nah, this is annoying. And then I tried a couple other things, and the only thing that really worked was Strand like mixed with an overload weapon. But without Strand, like when their debuff is just like they have a debuff cooldown where they can't be stunned, they just murder you instantly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's so frustrating solo. Yeah. So whatever. Anyway, I got it. It does something with glaive, so I was like, well, I'll never use this, but I wanted it anyway. But maybe I'll get unexpected resurgence with Volt Shot, and I'll throw on my new glaive arms, and I'll run around like an idiot Volt Shotting people. Who knows? Probably not, because I don't know if I'll play Trials at all this season. There's nothing I want.
I don't have enough tissues to sit around and play Trials. I really don't.
What did you say, Rick?
Messenger's back. I'd like to get a Headseeker messenger role, personally.
Alright, yeah. I don't know, I don't care. I still use Battler. It's Far Spirit or any other pulse rifles, so I could care less about Messenger. I still got my Desperado roll. That sucks now, but it was good.
Yeah, I have one too.
Yeah, I've got a bunch of them. I could never give a Messenger Adept one, though. Just wouldn't drop. For the love of me. Just... Shit. Anyway, fix an issue where hunters could lose their suspending slam after being revived. Okay, how about you fix an issue where suspending slam does not proc unstoppable stuns? Sorry, but that happened a lot during those Lost Sector runs, and I was getting really to the point where I had to just rely on my grenades because the percentage of ensnaring slams or suspending slams or whatever the fuck they're called was actually proccing the unstoppable stun was like 20%, maybe. It was terrible.
Sounds like a lot of fun.
Did anybody notice the new message on the... no, it wasn't fun. But the new message on the screen when a champion's not stunned anymore?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it shows up because the reason I really noticed it is when you use stasis against an unstoppable, he's only got the damage reduction for about like half the time. I said stasis with strand, but about half the time he's up in the air, and then his damage and like his resilience comes back. Well, even on barriers or overloads, the message shows up, but it's really helpful on the unstoppables because it says the champion is no longer stunned or something like that. It pops up on the side of the screen where just the same spot where it says a greener has stunned the champion. So it indicates to you exactly when. I mean, you notice because you're shooting it, but if you don't want to waste another heavy bullet or something, it tells you when that damage reduction is gone. Or damage increase, I guess. Complete opposite of what I was saying. Yeah, it shows up on the screen now. Just FYI. Bounties and pursuits fix an issue where players were unable to progress into the depths pursuit due to the helm portal not appearing. Isn't that like the very first mission? Is that what they're talking about? People got stuck on
I think so.
in the first week?
Sounds about right.
Could you imagine starting a brand new season? You're in the middle of the very first quest, and you get progression locked, and there's nothing you can do other than just go play all the content that's not involved in the season.
On like the third step.
Yeah. That's a brutal one. Like, I'd be so mad. And I don't get mad at Bungie very often. I really don't. Even if I complain sometimes. I'm definitely one of the people that are just like, whatever, I'll go play something else. And not the people that are like, fuck you, Bungie, I'm going to hang your family. You know, those people. That's you, right, Rect?
No.
No,
I would never threaten
game.
anybody over the game.
Not to
Thank
their
you.
face. He's secretly thinking it, chat. Don't worry about it. This anime thing, or whatever it's called, animated thing, is all just a cover. He's not really that happy. Show him your real... There it is. Yeah, that's a real Rect. That guy right there is someone that would kill your wife.
All right. Well, this is what you get.
I thought I was getting something else. Is that I just have to? You mean I have to look at that the whole time? Angry face.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna have to.
Make sure you lock your doors tonight, Greener.
See, told you he threatened me. I do lock my doors.
It's good.
You remember that Michael Moore documentary about Columbine, where he went to Canada right across the street from Michigan, and he started just walking in people's doors, and they were all unlocked. And he's like, this is just unbelievable to me. And then people were coming up to him and talking to him, and not like, you know, drop kicking him in the face and like pointing their guns at him to tell him to get out of the house. And he was just amazed. He was amazed.
It would have been a different reception if he had been, I don't know, in Arizona where somebody might live.
That's the point he was trying to make. He was like, look at the difference between the cultures, and we're literally just on the other side of a lake, because it was whatever's, you know, you got Michigan, you got Lake Michigan, and then there's Ontario is right on the other side of that. So it was such a culture shock. Anyway, my point is, I was gonna say none of that's true. I do lock my door. Anyway. On to the TWAB, where there's pretty much zero anything inside of it. So they talk about the dungeon. All right. You want to talk about the dungeon at all? I know we talked about it a little bit, but do you like it? Is it really good? Yeah?
The only thing I don't like about the dungeon is the underwater traversal time.
Take a lot?
There's one section between two encounters that literally takes 20 minutes.
And if you're in a fire team and you're not the first person through and the person in front of you gets every single air bubble, well, fuck you, because you're not getting through.
I mean, they do respawn. It just takes a while.
They do respawn. I mean, it does. If you are together, like if the three of you are together and you all go with the air bubble and you're within the vicinity of it, you will all get the restoration. But if you're not and you have that one asshole of a fire team person, which we might have had when we were going through it the first time, yeah, you're going to die. So
nice.
Other than that section, I think it's good. I don't mind that the bosses are super tanky. It actually gives me a reason to use weapons that haven't been in the meta rotation for a while. Like for the first boss, Acreus is absolutely meta right now. When was the last time anybody thought I'm going to use Legend of Acreus in something that wasn't a meme?
Bathers.
So it's very good now. Out damages Lament.
That's literally the only the last time I can remember using Acreus was for bathers. Oh shit. During year 1. Well, that's interesting. I like that concept. Acreus. Man, I'm gonna have to bust that bad boy out. I'm excited. Get out myself an upgrade module. Get rocking. Where would you rank it on a scale of how many dungeons are there?
It's the best dungeon of all of them.
Oh.
It's definitely.
Okay, there you go. Number 1 then. Number 1. That's good. That's good. I'm always scared a little bit about these seasons that just have a dungeon and don't have a raid, because raids really bring people back and keep people playing every week after week after week after week. So we get these in between seasons that just have these dungeon drops, and sometimes they're not, they're not the greatest.
The dungeon has interesting encounters. It's got very good loot. There's nothing, and it doesn't have nearly the amount of bugs that Duality had when it launched. So
I think that's a big point on it. I think outside of the traverse time underwater, which I think a lot of people will see as a drawback. Yeah, the lack of bugs, I think, is going to be a big reason why people continue to play it.
Unless you have phasmophobia, it's great. If you have phasmophobia, you're afraid of the ocean, the open water, it might be a problem for you. But otherwise, awesome.
I mean, it's not real. Okay, guys, calm
Doesn't
It's
really matter
funny
if
because
you
people
have an
who have a fear
irrational
of heights, they have the same problem. It's really weird.
Oh, it's ironic that you say that, because I do, like, if I'm up high, like, as I get older, I get more, well, I don't personally get more afraid of heights, but my brain does. I know it's hard to explain, but, like, I'm not scared when I'm up there, but my legs sure as hell are, and my stomach sure as hell is, but I'm just like, would you stop? Like, would you calm down? It's like, you're going to be the reason that I fall, because you can't calm your shit down.
I absolutely understand of having your body react in certain ways while your brain is like, dude, chill the fuck out. Everything's fine. Yeah, I totally get that.
Anyway, so the point is, I see some videos of people, like, parkouring, like, really high. And, like, I get that feeling when I'm just seeing that. And I'm not even there. And it's other people. And they're doing stupid shit. So, yeah, I guess I could understand the concept of somebody with, like, a fear of that, seeing it on a screen and still being scared. But I don't know. I don't have any phobias like that. So sometimes it's hard to understand. It's like people that are scared of spiders. They can't watch a video of a spider. It's like, but it's like, it's not going to come through the screen and bite you. Imagine it did. Oof.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
That would be an awkward conversation. You'd be like, I promise it won't come through the screen and bite you. And then all of a sudden it's fucking...
Brings a new term to hate mail.
Damn. Oh, yeah. That'd be awesome if you could send emails to people with spiders in them and they jump out of their computer monitors.
Right?
Oh, I've just decided that I don't want to live another 100 years. Because that'll be something eventually. Oh, scary. All right, so here's the stuff you can buy for doing the new dungeon. Do you think that the colors on this dungeon accurately represent the feeling you get when being in Ghosts of the Deep?
No. Mm-mm.
First thing I thought of when I saw it originally, I was like, that's awfully a bright jacket for something that's probably one of the darkest dungeons other than Shattered Throne.
It matches the weapon colors because they're Titan weapons, but otherwise, no.
Anyway, you gonna buy one?
Like, I don't buy apparel from Bungie ever.
Okay, so you never buy it? Okay. I do buy it sometimes. This one does not tickle my fancy at all.
I buy, like, plushies. I buy artwork. I don't buy stuff I gotta wear.
This is the
And
seal. Sorry, I thought you were done. What were you saying?
even the plushies, I try not to buy. Like I ordered my Archangel like last year. I feel like sometime, and I just got a notification the other day that yeah, we're gonna ship that out to you in 3 months.
Nice.
Just to keep you hanging. It's not really coming, but just gonna let you know it's on the way.
So this is the pin for getting the seal. What is this one
Mhm.
for? You
One's a
just-
pin and one's a challenge coin.
What's the challenge coin?
Just a decorative coin.
You can
Yeah.
just buy it though. Do you need to beat the game, or beat the dungeon
I think all of these you need to beat the dungeon.
All you
in
had
order
to unlock it.
before August 22nd? So before the end of the season, right? No. Yes. Yes. No.
Well, whatever. Before that date, I think you gotta.
That's the end of the season. Yeah. Yeah. Right. No, that's
I
only
don't
2
know,
months.
man.
I can't remember either. Fuck.
Yeah,
Okay, no,
end of
June
season.
23rd is the end of the first month, July, and then August. Yeah, okay, 3 months. All right, yeah. All right, that's the end of the season. That's the day before the big final shape reveal. I can't wait. They're going to pull this off. I know they are. I believe in them. Final shape is going to be the best expansion since the Taken King.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The optimism.
I believe they can't end this thing on a low note. It's got to be a banger, right? They got to fucking nail it because they need people to buy Destiny 3.
You would hope.
Listen, Bungie has beaten me into submission, and that submission is I always expect the worst shit from them every time. But on the other hand, my bar for pleasantly surprised is very low, so they don't have to work very hard to make me happy at this point.
Cool.
I think that might be a goal. Do you think that might like that's a personal goal for Bungie? Just keep the bar low.
Yeah.
For everybody?
Probably. Keep the bar low and you can't disappoint them.
Right?
Well, what did they say when they released Forsaken and everybody loved it? It was like
They over delivered.
Well, yeah, it was after Shadowkeep dropped and everybody was like, "What the fuck is this garbage in comparison to Forsaken?" And then they said, "Yeah, we over delivered with Forsaken." And it was like, okay. But they also charged more for Forsaken than they did Shadowkeep. So, I mean, I guess we should have known. Forsaken was almost, I feel like it was like a full price expansion. Was it the same price as the game? Or was it a little bit cheaper?
I don't remember.
It's either
I
50
So
or
want
long
to
ago.
say it was cheaper.
It was either $50 or $60. And I guess Lightfall was $50, but that was a ripoff.
If I ever think about how much money I've spent on this game, I would just delete it. So I choose to just blank it out the moment the money is spent.
I remember wanting to do a Forsaken giveaway. But we didn't make the money that we do now. I remember we gave away 1 copy. And I remember it being like expensive. But we were poor then. And then we gave away like 100 Beyond Lights. So something happened between Forsaken and Beyond Light. I don't know. People started liking us all of a sudden. I don't remember if we gave away any Shadowkeep. We must have. Surely we did. All right. Anyway, there's a couple emblems on here now. I'm going to show them on the screen. What is it? This one? Oh, that didn't work. Hey. Oh, I forgot there's still a 4th camera up here. Anyway, all right. So last year you could buy the Pride pin and you would get this emblem, but it looks like they're just throwing. I don't know if you could have donated last year, but you can this year, for sure. You can just donate to bunge.ie/pride. That brings you here, and you get the pin. So if you want, or not the pin, but you get the emblem, even though they have a picture of the pin here. Fucking idiots. Good lord. Good lord, Bungie. All right, anyway, you want the Pride emblem, you can get it. It's a really cool one. I used it for most of last year. It's cool. Now, they have a marathon emblem here. But good lord, it's got to be the most boring emblem in all of Destiny, right? It's a black emblem. Completely black all the way across the screen, and then you just get the little marathon logo. Anyway, it's free for everyone. JNDHLRL69. Go get it now. Alright, we're about done. There's a Prime Gaming update. Is that live now? I didn't see it on my Twitch.
I didn't see it either.
Neither did I.
I'm checking to see if I have the notification right now. Prime Loot. League of Legends. Prime Gaming. Teamfight Tactics. Last Ark. PUBG Battlegrounds. Okay, it's not in here. But if I go to the page... Let me see if it's in here. Hold on, we'll bring this back up. Alright, see? Like... It's not in here in the notifications where it normally would be. Ding, 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 ding. But if we go to the page like I just did here, and let's see if we can find it in here. See, I don't see it either. I think they're crazy. Where's Destiny? Alright, season. Okay, well, shit. There it is. That's it. Yeah. I feel like you got to go and search for this one, guys. So, like, hopefully you're watching the podcast. Go grab your emotes. Ninja Vanish exotic emote bundle. So you get the Ninja Vanish, you get these boring skins, but you get the Deep Ghost holo projections. So let's get it, baby. Yeah. I got it. All right.
Nice.
But everyone should go pick that up. It's free stuff. You might as well grab it, even though the best NPC in the game doesn't give it to you anymore because she's dead.
Until next expansion.
Right.
No, they've already pointed out you know what? They were either going to bring back Amanda or Cade. All right, so... But we were talking on the podcast last week, how cool would it be if, like, the final battle was, like, an Avenger-style battle? If all of the dead Guardians are over on that side of the portal, because they're, like, heaven is inside of the Traveler. And, like, they all get together with all of the living Guardians, and they go and fight the Witness. That'd be sick. And then we started naming off dead Guardians. That would be cool to see, because we've never seen them before. Just in, like... I don't know. There's a bunch of them. And I don't even know lore.
Bring back all the Iron Lords and everything.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
I was like Iron Lords, and then I started talking about Dredgen Yor and Shin Malphur, and then Rex said something about Eva Levante was going to eat her children again. I don't know.
Oh, good lord.
And then we went down a big Reddit train about her being a cannibal, and the dawning is all just a cannibalistic ritual where we
She
put...
does offer you an oven every year.
Yeah, and we put people inside the oven and make cookies and eat them.
We do.
We put our enemies in the oven to make cookies out of them. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
And then deliver them as presents to a bunch of cannibals.
And she definitely killed Nate, Carlos, and Maria.
That's yeah. Whoever they were. Anyway, they're going to be on the other side of the... Oh my god. You know what? She's the witness.
The Eva Levante's the
Eva
witness.
Levante is the witness.
I always assumed she was a disciple.
Oh man, could you imagine we get over there and it's a big reveal. She's the witness.
The evil grandmother.
She's been gathering anyway, just information. Sorry about that. If you could hear that noise. Just gathering information on the last city before the final attack. Anyway, all right, chat. You got your Prime. Go get your Prime shit. And then there's nothing else on here really. There was some known issues, but I'm tired of. They're boring. And there's no pictures of animals.
I was gonna ask, no hidden pictures?
That's because it's Sam.
Sam,
It's
you
not hippie.
You fucking suck, Sam. There is one thing that he linked in here though, and if you didn't see this on Twitter, it's pretty funny. Hold on. Show it on So the Destiny 2 team tweeted out this. We wanted to see what a Screeb looked like scaled up ×5, and the results were horrifying. And this is what they came up with.
Jesus.
Yeah. You know, the
Run away. We were talking about spiders that come out of freaking phones and shit. Yeah, that would qualify as being scary.
You know what the bigger show was, though, right? The responses to that tweet where
oh my
people were
god,
unironically
people are so
saying,
angry.
"This is what your developers are spending their time doing instead of fixing the game." Fucking losers!
Oh my
Shut
god,
up. Get off Twitter.
I want that person to just like fucking. I don't know. I want to say something real nasty right now. Those were the dumbest things I've ever seen in my life. This is what the developers are doing when they should be fixing the game. It's like, fuck off. I don't know how many jobs that we all have or whatever we're doing, but is your efficiency at your job 100%?
No.
No, nobody's is. Nobody is working 100% for 100% of the day. There's downtimes, there's side projects, there's fun things. You know how long, you see this testing ground that they have this in? That's obviously already built. You know how long it would have taken for a developer to drop a Screeb in there and pull a slider up ×5? Probably
5
not
minutes,
very fucking
maybe.
long. Like, you need to chill the fuck out. This was just social media, like, content. It was for fun. And guess what companies have to do? Sometimes they have to troll the internet for a little bit of... Oh, that's not the right one. Wait, that's isn't it either. God damn it! Where's my button? I can't find it. Alright. Okay, I got it. Whew! That was rough, guys. Anyway, they have to, it's drumming up discussion and talk about and whatever it is when you have social media coordinators. This was designed for people to just talk about Bungie and Destiny and stuff. And, couple extra people click on the tweet. It's marketing. It's marketing. That's what this is. So technically, even though this is silly and it wouldn't have taken very long for whoever to do whatever they did, there was still a plan to create this as a marketing ploy and just get people talking about the tweet and Bungie and all that stuff. Anyway, people are just so salty about everything. They're so stupid. I hate them. I hope they die.
Tell us how you really feel.
It's just nobody can let anybody enjoy things nowadays. It's just like they just all have to be so angry about something.
Well, you got to get your engagement on Twitter somehow, and the easiest way to get engagement on Twitter is to be a douchebag.
You know what?
Angry.
It's true.
I got
dickhead.
Tons of engagement on Twitter by being a nice guy.
Yeah, but it was all angry engagement.
It was all angry engagement because people were mad at me for being nice to somebody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my god. I hate the internet. Twitter is the worst thing that happened in the world since, I don't know, World War II.
Yeah, I was halfway hoping that Elon would just shut it down, but alas.
I understand the need for it and the concept to get the word out, social media. If Twitter goes, something else is just going to replace it, so it's no big deal. It's just, I think I should be in control of, me personally, should have the power to delete anybody I think is stupid off of Twitter. Wouldn't that be so nice?
There wouldn't be anybody left, though.
There'd be a few people,
Paul Tassi would definitely be there.
Paul Tassi would not be there. Neither would Lucky P. Neither would most content creators for Destiny because they're all stupid. Anybody who copied a video out of a glitch, I'd delete them instantly. Tired of this nonsense. Tired of it. There's something in my eye. It's driving me nuts. Anyway, we should finish up.
Okay.
She's been a long one.
All right, plugs.
Plugs, baby. Let's go. Yeah, go ahead.
By the time this video posts, Guardian games will practically be over. So you still got an opportunity to play with with your friends in the SGC and earn some points, but not very much time. But Clan Wars is getting ready to start. There'll be an announcement probably the day after this post, letting everybody know that Clan Wars is coming. So get ready to stomp Apex into the ground. Listen, I realize I'm a member of Apex, but I'm not interested in the same clan winning twice in a row. So, Vix, if you watch this, I'm not rooting for you, and I'm not rooting for Apex either. I'll still contribute, but I hope you lose. All right. I hope that's motivation for you to double down on everything you're doing, because right now you're doing pretty good. But we need to see somebody else come out here and win it, and there's a lot of potential contenders. So somebody come out here and beat Apex. Send me DMs. I'll tell you how without cheating. Because I don't rig things. Or maybe I do. Maybe this is the year I finally rig stuff. All right. So you bitches out there that always complain, maybe it'll finally happen, and it'll be because of you.
All right.
Also,
where's the angry face for that?
Twitch.tv / Mr_Rect. I'll be doing some Clan Wars planning tomorrow morning, and streaming some Destiny and Diablo and stuff.
Come give him some ideas for Clan Wars on how to rig it. All right. Well, Sadistic, we let all our guests plug anything, but I don't know. Do you got anything you want people to know about?
No, not much.
All right, go donate to Extra Life. That's her plug.
There it is. That's it.
Definitely. It's on the shirt. All right. I'll
That's
put the
me.
link below. Extra Life for 2023. All right, that it? Yeah. That's good. You didn't have anything? 100%? All right, cool. All right, my plugs are the same as always. If you're not in Shrouded and you stumbled across this podcast and made it to the end, which seems incredibly unlikely, come join our Discord. Sorry, play some Destiny. ShroudedGaming.com/Discord. We'll get you right in. We'll teach you how to get into a clan, and we'll have a lot of fun. We have community streams every Tuesday. Go join those. Twitch.tv/ShroudedGaming. We just made a Diablo clan. If you're playing Diablo, hop in. Join up. Lots of Destiny clans. We have a Minecraft server, too. Join that. It's fun. It's not... Wait. Which one? With Java Edition. Get out of here, Bedrock noobs. No one likes you. That's it. That's all I got. We'll end this episode here. Thanks for watching episode 19 of This Week at Shrouded. I want to thank our guests, Mr. Rect and Sadistic Demon, for joining us today and providing their invaluable insight into the world of gaming and Destiny. I love those things. Anyway, all right. This is the end of the recording. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.